And welcome to the next episode of the Gabacho Borracho U.S. Soccer Talk podcast. Once again, as always, it is me, Corey Adair, at DJ Corfo7. And I am with Thomas Miller at Don Thomas Miller. And I am with Dan Angel at Dan Angel 11. And we are coming to you today to talk about all things soccer and whatever random shit we decide to talk about this week, because it seems like we do that pretty regularly. So how are we doing this week, guys?
Not too bad. Nice to be back. Although I'm wondering about the wisdom to put this on YouTube and force people to look at my face.
But Dan, you are like up 23 units on like your last 20 plays. Like you can't. Nah, dude. The people need to see you.
What good does that do them? That's not going to help them with their plays.
Dan, you are beautiful no matter what they say.
Oh, Lord.
That's a song, by the way.
Words can't bring you down.
Dan, that's a song, by the way.
Good to know.
Yeah, no, that's the song.
You know that song? No, he doesn't. Yeah, I mean, don't be hard on yourself.
We could fill a week's worth of podcast with the amount of pop culture stuff I don't know.
Well, I love you, Dan. That's all that matters.
Yeah. How did the wedding go?
It was nice. It's nice to have for my wife to get some time with her father. It's really nice to get out to the hot springs in New Mexico. I highly recommend it. You guys are looking for a vacation with your significant others.
No, dude, I saw some of those pictures and I actually, the hot springs one in New Mexico, I specifically sent that one to Laura and said we should.
It wasn't even the best one. Like the really nice one was the night before at Riverbend Hot Springs, like same place. We just couldn't stay there because they didn't have any vacancies that night in their hotel area. But the night before, Amy and I had a private hot spring area for almost an hour.
Ooh,
pretty cool.
So yeah, basically what they do is they give you your own private hot spring area. You have 50 minutes to enjoy it, and you can turn on the lights on or off. They are really strict with the whispering policy to make it as private and relaxing as possible. It was really nice.
Yeah, you might need to send that place to me.
Yeah. No, you guys should definitely do that.
sounds hot. Not gonna lie. Sounds hot, and I'm not talking about.
Yeah, it was like right on the Rio Grande. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, that's on the Mexico border, though. No,
it's not where that part of the river goes. So the Rio Grande.
Hey, that was total sarcasm.
Fair enough.
That was total sarcasm because of everything that's happened in the last. I do have to play into it. I'm sorry. Like the kid had a fucking Hispanic name, so people play into that shit and want to play emotions. But I do know that it does weigh heavy on all of our hearts what happened in Southwest Texas this week.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's a terrible thing.
And I know, obviously I have kids. I talk about my kids pretty regularly.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, randomly in this episode, I am going to put the picture I took with my kid today because of what happened yesterday. But I know it does hit us hard. And Thomas even messaged me last night saying something about it. And I was just like, dude, I'm numb. Like, I don't want to think about that. Like, it's one of those things that's so bad that I purposely almost in all reality told Thomas to fuck off. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. But it's real. It truly is real. And Thomas, I know you don't have any kids, Dan. And in all honesty, like if kids aren't an ambition of yours, Just don't
Yeah,
have.
we're not planning to.
Yeah, don't have them then. Like if
Like,
you don't,
and actually, this is one of the reasons why we don't really want to go down that path, because
dude,
there's just so much out there that, like, I can't even imagine what you guys are going through.
dude, bro, for real, in all honesty, like if it's not a passion of yours, if you don't feel that need to like spread a seed type of thing or whatever your fucking desire is to have kids, if you don't feel that, just don't have them.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Right.
But for those of us that do have them, dude, it's devastating.
Absolutely.
And we live, like me and Thomas personally live in a very multicultural community. Like where people either have to learn how to live together or they end up hating each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And obviously, like thoughts, and if you believe in God or whatever, then prayers to the families of the victims. It's been tough to see. We're in the second day of it, which is always the worst day because everything becomes political, and it's
But everything also gets realized. Like there's a time period in that first day where a lot of people don't know anything. The people that matter don't know. The parents don't know.
yeah.
Like there are parents going late into that night that don't know if their kid is okay or not. And so that first day is almost like a shell shock. That's what they called it in World War I. Like you know what? I will go out and put myself on a limb here that I am the biggest history buff in the network. I will do that right now. Don't give a shit who I argue with. I will talk anything.
I might be able to give you a run for your money on that one.
I bet you could. I bet you could, Dan.
Me too.
I actually fear Dan a little bit more, but the point still remains that our society today leads us to this point where it's almost like a shell shock. It's just what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It is just what happens. And it isn't until day 2 that you fully realize what actually happened.
Yeah.
You have to have time to think about it. And yesterday I could do a pretty good job of ignoring it, but today I started seeing the post on social media, and like I cried today. I cried today. And then the moment I had free time for the first time today, I called my dad because my dad has my son and he's only fucking 3.5 hours away from where that happened at. And I got to see my son and talk to him. And it's a lot.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and we can only imagine what the families of the victims are going through. And, so our thoughts and prayers are with them, I guess. And, it's just horrible. It's hard to talk about sports and soccer, like knowing that sort of thing happened, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
We do this all the time, all the time. It happens all the time in this country, and then we pretty much do nothing about it. And I don't want to get political at all. And
But no, dude, something needs to happen.
Agreed.
but we are United States men's national team podcast. And we have matches in less than a week. Do we not?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Dude, it's fucking go time.
It is go time. We play.
Dude, we play Morocco. Morocco's a good opponent.
Yeah, they are. Just ask Portugal and Spain.
Dude, like, for real, Morocco is a really, really good opponent for us to cut our teeth and then go into Uruguay and then go into CONCACAF road games and shit. Like, this is fucking beautiful. And this is a side note, and we didn't even talk about potentially talking about this, but Liverpool's Fabinho made a comment today. So apparently Mbappe said that South America is an underdeveloped soccer nation in general. And then Fabinho came on and was like, dude, you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. You don't have to play in Bolivia. None of you guys in Europe understand what it's like to play in Bolivia. If Brazil and Argentina had to play in the Euros, we'd be the number 1 and number 2 teams. What are your guys' thoughts on
that? Yeah, they have no idea what it's like to play in Bolivia or Guatemala City or Costa Rica, San Jose. Like, they don't know. And it's always tough to go to those places. And I'm sure there's some European places that are tough to go to or whatever, but like, I mean, it's just like it's a different game. It's like a completely different game when you go to Central America, South America. You can watch Copa Libertadores and like, it's just like, it's like a lot of greatness, but that at the same time, there's a lot of like CONCACAF and CONMEBOL bullshit that goes in there too. And so it's like, yeah, I mean, if they had to make those road trips, who knows how it would go for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot more receptive to that argument coming from someone in CONMEBOL than I am from Bruce Arena making that argument before the Trinidad match in 2018 here in CONCACAF. Because, I mean, CONMEBOL is incredibly competitive. Like, you have all 10 teams playing each other home and away. You cannot duck anybody, and you've got to play some very tough matches over a long slog. Like, it is a genuinely difficult region. It does have a more forgiving qualifying structure to an extent, but other than Venezuela and Bolivia, everyone really has a chance. So there's no real easy matches. Whereas in Europe, yes, it's really competitive. Yes, there's a lot of great teams, but there's also the occasional trip to San Marino or Kazakhstan or the Faroe Islands thrown in there. And there's also no elevation to deal with. The highest elevation as far as capital cities go in Europe is Andorra, which is only about 3,300 feet above sea level. So South America, yes, I would say they do have a lot more to deal with. They also do have a lot more opportunity to qualify because of their format. So it's kind of a pick your poison situation.
Yeah. Like I mean, nobody's traveling to like a elevation that is like deadly, you know, like when you go to Bolivia, right? La Paz, Bolivia. Yes.
that?
Yeah, and I mean,
12,000.
12,000. You got to run around in that. You have no idea what it will happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's like, yeah, Bolivia, bad team. I mean, not a bad team. Like, I don't want to just, I mean, not a great team or whatever, but I mean, they have a distinct home field advantage. It'd be like playing in like you went to a stadium and you're like, oh, this stadium has 3 inches of water just sitting everywhere, like something like that. But yeah, and Europe never has to deal with that. So I can get what he's saying.
Oh no, dude, I personally agree with that. Like this is one of the reasons why I truly feel like CONMEBOL and CONCACAF don't ever come to an agreement on World Cup qualifying, because even though it's not easy to play, say at Guatemala City or San Salvador, nothing other than Estadio Azteca compares to having to play at 12,000 feet. Like it's
True.
almost like they're saying, yeah, you're right. Like you got some good competition up there, and it might make us better. Like iron sharpens iron, but you don't have to survive the grind that we have to.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my personal opinion on it.
Yeah. I mean, like you look at the FIFA World Rankings. Granted, they're admittedly flawed, but I mean, 9 of the 10 teams in CONMEBOL are ranked 58th or better. The one weak link is Bolivia, who has the great equalizer of home field advantage. So, like, there are no easy games.
None, dude. I mean,
Like,
we need
one easy game. The one easy game is when you draw Bolivia at home. But when you go there, that's it. There's nothing easy about La Paz at all.
Well, dude, even Ecuador on the road isn't easy.
Oh, Ecuador on the road's a nightmare. Going to Quito, that's almost as bad as La Paz.
Did they not qualify because of it?
That is exactly why they qualified.
Yeah.
No, that was fun. That was fun. I that was a random talking point. That was fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but when Twellman went off on his whole like you land in Bosnia and Herzegovina and you're playing in a cow pasture, like I don't want to hear about what your away environment looks like you should be qualifying. When he says that shit, I instantly think La Paz. Because like that, I don't care if it's in cow pasture or in a fucking bona fide Olympic stadium. Playing at 12,000 feet, you're not gonna just do.
well, yeah, but I mean, Taylor Twellman's point was, I mean, we don't have that quite like an experience quite like that here. If we were playing the CONMEBOL teams, then yeah, we'd have those kinds of experience going down to Ecuador, going down to Bolivia. But here, I mean, yeah, things are tough going to Guatemala City or Tegucigalpa, or going back when Costa Rica would play at Saprissa. Those are not easy at all. And of course, we all know how difficult it is to win at the Azteca. But for the most part, those are mostly matches where the U.S. should expect to get a point because of the quality of the opposition.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. And hey, we've got a couple of those coming up in the next 13 days, 14 days, right?
I mean, we don't really have anything that's all that difficult as far as travel, because I mean 3 of our 4 matches are at home, but still.
We play at Guatemala City, don't we?
We do not. We play in San Salvador.
In Salvador, that's right.
Yeah.
That's a classic road CONCACAF type of match.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be one where we'll be doing well to win that match like 2-0.
But we haven't been winning those matches 2-0.
No, I know. Realistically, I think what'll come of that weekend is we smash Grenada, and then if we beat El Salvador, it'll be 1-0. Most likely, I expect we'll leave San Salvador goalless with a draw.
I think if I'm going to bet any money on that match, I'm going to bet 0-0.
I think I'm going to play the under.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we saw it where the fireworks were going off in the qualifiers, and Gio Reyna was like jumping and scared the whole time. Yeah, like we don't do well when we travel down there. I mean, it's just it's a different world. you know.
As of yet, he did show some signs of promise in Azteca.
He did, but Azteca is not San Salvador.
Yeah, I agree.
Not San Salvador.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what else do we got going on? I mean, we
Champions League.
had our call-ups, and like we could talk about some of the players that got called up. We talk about Malik Tillman, which we're all
Dude, I think that was a big fucking deal.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they plug him into, and I mean where Berhalter wants to see him.
I think his skill set forces Berhalter to go to a 4-2-3-1, which is I think what has been our best formation, and we've never run it. Where is he going to run? If he runs a 4-3-3, where does he play?
Midfield or something. Midfield or an attacking position, like always.
But this is what I mean. Like you're fading off there. Like I mean he is the type of person that might garner the notoriety to force us to a 4-2-3-1.
I just can't. I cannot see Berhalter changing his ways.
He needs to.
He probably will not change his lineup. I mean, why?
Then what are we doing? Then what are we going to do with Malik Tillman? What do we do with Malik Tillman? What's going to happen with him?
CM or a central midfielder, an innate, or some sort of false nine. I mean, we've called up guys before. Look at the Gold Cup. He didn't call up any wingers, but he still played a 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3 every time. It's going to be the same thing. He cannot break from his ways.
Dude, our best formation is a 4-2-3-1.
Explain that to Berhalter because he's our manager.
It's McKennie and Adams in the back, and then whatever four fucking offensive attackers you like at that moment. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, it could be Pepe, Pooley, Weah, and Aronson, or it could be Reyna and Pooley and fucking who's another right wing guy that we could play, you know, or and fucking Ferreira. Like what?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that like he will not break from his fucking strategy. So,
here's the best thing about that scenario. Let's say McKinney can't play. Worst case scenario, you go do a 4-2-3-1. Your 2 is Adams and Costa.
Yep.
Would you take those 2 guys back there?
Probably, yes. But
probably because of Acosta's set piece delivery ability.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a 4-2-3-1. It's a 4-2-3-1. And he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I think we established that like
many times.
many times, and I mean we'll see what happens with it, you know, because
I have this really, really bad feeling that we're not going to make it out of group stage, and it's going to be because of Berhalter, and we're going to have to fire him. And then next World Cup cycle, we're going to make a run. The run that should have been precedented by this World Cup. Like we should make it out of group stage. We should potentially win our round of 16 matchup and make it to the corners. And then whatever happens from there happens from there. And it's just fucking total chaos. Like, that is the World Cup. But if none of that comes to fruition, we don't even make it out of the group stage, and we fire Berhalter, and then all of a sudden we hire, say, like a Jesse Marsh because he gets fired from Leeds, and then we tap
Jesse
into
Marsh isn't getting fired from Leeds now.
not now, but 12 months from now he might be.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think we'd
Guess
be
what?
hired
If he doesn't-
away from Leeds.
If he doesn't get fired now, we have 4 years until the next World Cup.
Yeah.
So he could get fired 2 years from now.
Or we can just hire him away from Leeds. I mean, he doesn't have to get fired.
Well, but this is my point: is that Berhalter is a. I'm sorry, Berhalter's a fucking joke.
Well, I mean, in that case, in that scenario, then, like, is that really the worst thing in the world? If we flame out in 3, I mean, it's not something we're hoping for, but
Oh no,
like,
I'm hoping to make it out of group stage.
of course, we're all hoping to see the U.S. progress from the group and make a run. But given that us flaming out means the end of Berhalter's tenure, like, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Oh no, I would not be mad. Like, I would be happy about that.
Like, to me, the worst thing in the world is we scrape through the group stage. We're not competitive in the round of 16 and lose some 3-0 to the Netherlands, and Berhalter gets retained because he got us out of the group stage.
That's absolute worst case scenario right there.
Like,
Yep.
I would, like, for me, I will be happy with this World Cup if we either go out in the quarterfinals or give a credible showing against the Dutch in the round of 16. Like, if we lose to the Dutch on penalties in the round of 16, so be it. That's fine. But, like, other than that, I would say quarterfinals or flame out in 3 and get rid of Berhalter and get ready for the 2026 World Cup cycle.
Right. My worst case scenario, on Black Friday, we lose to England 3-0, and Nebraska somehow beats Iowa. That would be my worst case scenario.
That would be a nightmare for you for sure.
I wouldn't be mad.
You wouldn't be mad.
I'm going to be quite relaxed that day because it doesn't really matter to me what happens on the football field, as long as my bet's cash.
You know what? If United States got their ass kicked and it's just like Phil Foden doing crazy shit and Declan Rice and Bowen linking up, you know, like I'm not going to be mad. I won't be mad. But if Nebraska kicks the shit out of Iowa, be pretty happy.
Declan Rice and Jared Bowen are linking up to make the goals. I'll probably be okay with us getting our ass kicked, I guess. But I mean, I really don't think. I think Jared Bowen, if he makes the World Cup squad, would be a backup, obviously, with all the firepower that they have at the wings. But
Declan Rice wasn't a backup though.
No, he's like the English captain, so
he's the English 6.
Yeah. But I'm saying if Jared Bowen making the goal,
I watched every minute. I watched every minute of that last West Ham matchup for like 85 minutes, even though they fucking lost 3-1. And the entire fucking time, the announcers constantly kept saying, dude, Declan Rice's positioning is like world class. Like, he's
English announcer.
Yeah, like right where the ball is going to get crossed into the center, Declan Rice is right there. Like, his positioning, dude, this guy's world class.
Yeah. That's what it is, though. He's a good 6.
I'm buying a Declan Rice West Ham jersey before next year starts.
Make sure he's still at West Ham before you buy it.
He will be.
I would have done it if I had cashed the 10-team parlay, but West Ham couldn't hold it.
Damn it, West Ham.
Yeah. Or
But no,
West.
we do have Champions League this weekend, though.
We do.
We absolutely do.
What do we
So-
think is going to happen here, guys?
Go ahead,
Asking you-
anybody else.
I'm asking you guys because I like Liverpool, so like I'll leave mine for last. But what do you guys think is going to happen?
Well, like I was gonna leave it for my picks, but like I really think like a thing that we've talked about on here is like how Trent Alexander Arnold
There you go. There you go.
is so offensive, which he's very good at, and I will admit that he's very, very good at offense. He always goes forward. And what's Real Madrid's best attack? Down their left side with Vinny Jr.
But he's not necessarily the best finisher.
He's not. He doesn't need to be the best finisher. Benzema just needs to be running into the box. And I mean, Trent will be way up the field. Vinny will be way up the field. So, like, I really think, like, I think the best bet would be some sort of both teams to score. And like, I kind of think Real Madrid finds a way to win. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not trying to upset anybody with that, but like I think that's what's gonna happen. What do you guys think?
I mean, Real's kind of had a charmed life in this tournament, and I think their luck's going to run out. And I think the fact that Liverpool came so close to winning the title and didn't get it done is going to be a major motivator for these players to finish the job in the Champions League and take 3 out of 4.
Who didn't play last weekend for Liverpool, Dan?
I don't know. I was keeping track of so many matches that I wasn't even looking at the lineups for anything except Crystal Palace Man U.
Thiago was one of them.
Okay.
Who else?
Oh, who else was it? I think it was. No, was it Mo Salah? No, Mo Salah played last weekend. Maybe for like 15 minutes.
Okay, so
No, I want to say it was like somebody like super good. Maybe played for like the last 10 or 15 minutes. But Klopp has come out in the last 5 days and said that Thiago is full go, and then whoever the person I'm thinking of is full go. I don't think they're walking away without this Champions League. Like I think it goes to fucking extra time before it finishes in regular time. Period. Like I don't think there's an option.
And yes, Solid did come on with half an hour left in the match.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, it was Salah and Thiago.
Yeah.
Salah and Thiago are good to go to start this week.
Yeah, and that's a big difference. Absolutely.
Dude, Thiago's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Goal.
And Salah isn't.
Goal.
For who?
Omaha.
Oh, is it 2-1?
Omaha. 2-1.
Viva Omaha! Omaha! Omaha!
Still a lot of time.
It is. They do use the American pronunciation, right?
No, we say Union. Just kidding.
Like I seriously keep wanting to call them Union Omaha.
Me too. I'm the same way. I want to say Union Omaha too, but like I think it's
But it's Omaha.
Union Omaha.
But it's Omaha.
Yeah.
Omaha!
Yep.
Wow.
52nd minute.
Good for them. They deserve it.
They do.
Yeah, of course they fucking deserve it. There are so many Latinos in Omaha and in communities surrounding Omaha that having some type of soccer success is beautiful for them.
I mean, just leaving that aside for a second, God, how much better would it be if a team like Union Omaha could actually dream about winning their way up to MLS?
Dude, yes.
Like,
That's what we need to talk about. Pro
Yeah.
Rail.
I mean, like Louisville City, that would be fantastic if they could win their way up to MLS, replace like San Jose.
But how much smaller is Omaha than Louisville?
I
I mean, there can't be that big of a difference.
Pretty sure Omaha's smaller than Louisville.
Let's see.
it's smaller.
I'm sure it's smaller, but
That's really not the point though. Like what he's
No,
saying.
I know.
Omaha 480,000. Louisville has about 115,000 more people.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, it's not that much difference.
But like no, the thing I'm talking about is like how great would it be if we actually had pro rel in this country and a team like Louisville or Pittsburgh or Omaha could actually dream of winning their way up to the top level, like getting these young players, building their way up and playing in MLS someday.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. Omaha won, what is it? USL League One? League
Mhm.
Two? League One,
Yeah,
right?
League One.
Which is the third tier.
Yeah.
And
like-
basically all their good players went up to USL Championship.
Yeah.
Now it's a totally different team, but they obviously have good direction. That's why they're still doing good in USL League One. And now currently beating Minnesota. They beat Chicago Fire on penalties, whatever. But I mean, yeah, that's like my same sort of take is that like I mean pro rail needs to happen here. We saw
I mean, it's just so much better and so much more interesting with
Mhm.
pro rel involved. Like, I mean, that 10 match simultaneous thing for the Premier League, like I love that day so much because every match means something. Like you have Leeds fighting for survival, Burnley trying to stay up at the same time. Like under
Yeah.
the American system, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
No,
Then-
dude, you had this moment where Mo Salah scored a goal. And then when he scored it, he went to celebrate with his fan base. And they were telling him, dude, you're 3-2.
Yeah.
Like they showed him the 3-2. And then he turns around and you see this dejected look on his face, like, oh, it
Right.
doesn't matter what the fuck I do.
Right.
Right. But that
Where
was
else do you get that
was
at?
winning the Premier League.
Yeah, that's at the other end of the spectrum. Like,
Go ahead and laugh at me. I don't give a fuck.
no, we're not
No,
laughing
it's
at you.
winning.
No, he
You're
is.
talking about winning the Premier League when we're talking about a team avoiding relegation. Like what was the Bundesliga?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. My
Air-
whole
air
point
to-
was that it doesn't matter if you're at the top or at the bottom. When you play all those matches at the same time, it makes a difference.
Well, yeah, sure,
Yeah,
but
sure. But
it makes it. But the matches at the top matter here too, whereas the matches at the bottom here don't mean a darn thing. Whereas in Europe, every match matters.
yeah.
Like here, like if that same match that took place between Liverpool and Wolves, like you change that to Seattle versus Portland, or bad example because that's a rivalry. Let's say Seattle versus LAFC. It's still just as important to the fans here. But
Yeah.
if you've got like say Cincinnati against Chicago and they're at the bottom of the standings, it doesn't mean anywhere near as much as Leeds scoring that late goal to win and get absolute certainty that they were staying up in the Premier League.
Yeah, but the point of the conversation doesn't even matter because nobody gets relegated, nobody gets promoted. So
Well-
I only got frustrated because I got laughed at when you're like, well, yeah, that's when you're talking about the top of the Premier League. But it doesn't matter. The fact that the top is a factor, the bottom is a factor, is what we're
Right.
talking about. That
Right.
should apply to what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
nice
saying.
It'd be nice if every match mattered, and USL should absolutely do that. Like
Yes.
the championship should have relegation to League One, promotion from League One. Like Omaha should be playing with Louisville, Pittsburgh, Detroit, those other teams because they won their way up there. Like that should absolutely be a thing.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, they won USL League One championship last year. Yeah. They should be in the championship.
Yeah.
That sounded weird.
Especially if they fucking make it to the next round of the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just like, yeah.
Like
What was the Bundesliga example?
Hertha against Hamburg.
Yeah, yeah. And then who passed up Hertha?
Stuttgart, I think.
Stuttgart, yeah, Stuttgart. We saw that celebration. It was
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah,
it was like
absolutely.
insane.
So I mean, there are so many intricacies that you could like do here. Like it doesn't matter if you do it how the EPL does it or how the Bundesliga does it or how La Liga does it. It doesn't matter how you do it. There should be something here.
Yeah, you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I would be interested to see how many people live in Norwich. Like it's got to be like 65,000 or something, you know. Maybe I'm probably way wrong, but like I mean that's just what I'm saying is like
Norwich's population is 376,000.
okay, so similar to Omaha, similar to like Des Moines, I don't know, fucking. But I mean, imagine if like, I know they're in League 3, but like, you know, if FC Cincinnati went down last year and Louisville went up, I mean, really I don't think the MLS would lose a ton of money.
No, they wouldn't.
They would not lose money.
No, dude, Cincinnati build that huge fucking stadium and they never filled it.
Yeah, I mean, Louisville has a very nice stadium. Like it is absolutely like they probably need to expand it by a couple thousand, but it's absolutely MLS caliber.
And that's what they do in the EPL. When you go up, you get money and you expand your stadium. You know? But
And I mean, we don't even necessarily have to imagine it because like look at the NFL. The NFL does not lose money because there is a team in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Right. Exactly. They sell
Although,
that out every.
although that team in Green Bay does usually put a butt in most seats.
Well, of course they do. Of course they do. But I mean, the fact of the matter is that Green Bay is a town of 100,000 people.
But the point isn't that. The point is butts and seats.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm sure that like a team in a place like Omaha or Louisville or Greenville, South Carolina, that doesn't have any other major league sports, like if their soccer team made it to the top level, I'm sure they could sell it out or come pretty close to it on a regular basis. So I'm playing MLS sides.
Oh, I promise you, if Omaha made it to the MLS, I would be in that stadium multiple times a year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You made Dan's point for him. Like, yeah, I mean, like if Louisville or I mean San Diego even, right?
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
I've seen San Diego Stadium. It's a very beautiful stadium. It's not huge, but I mean, if they were to go up, I mean, it'd be sold out every time. I mean, why wouldn't
Indy 11's trying to get a new stadium? Like if they were to get something like that and play USL matches there, they'd probably fill it. And then if they won their way up, even better.
Yeah. So let's do that. Pro Rep, we need it here.
Absolutely.
That's it. Absolutely.
All right, so bringing us into our last segment of the week. As always, it's our picks of the week. I have something different this week. I only have one play. The European soccer season is coming to an end. The CONCACAF and CONMEBOL soccer seasons are in full swing. So I will have to start watching those more and do what I have to do. We also have, a United States men's national team match in the next 7 days. So there is plenty to still be said about soccer. It's just that European club soccer comes to an end. And it comes to an end with the Champions League finals. So my only play this week is that Liverpool is going to lift the cup. Liverpool is going to win this Champions League. And both teams are going to score in regulation. And if you play those two together in this same game parlay, it's like, depending on the book you play, it's plus 140, plus 150. I am going to play a lot of money on that play. I do think Liverpool wins this cup. I also think both teams score in regulation. I think this is a perfect matchup of how'd the old fucking commercial go between Mia Hamm and Michael Jordan. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No?
Probably.
Oh, you know exactly. No, your
No,
fucking reaction, you knew exactly what I was fucking talking about.
I laughed because I was like, where are you going with this? But I don't remember those commercials, but it seems totally probable. I remember the Bird versus Jordan
Yeah, that
horse
I remember.
game.
No, dude, it was Mia Hamm and it was Michael Jordan. It was anything I can do, you can do better. Or no. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. And like they just played off that rhythm the entire fucking time.
Yep. We're gonna put this commercial right here for YouTube watchers right now. Okay.
No, dude, this shit exists.
Okay. So you got Liverpool to lift the cup, to win at any moment, right? Plus both teams to score.
Yeah, and it's plus 150. And I'm putting, dude, I'm probably making a bigger play than I've ever made before. And in all honesty,
Hashtag well bet.
no, hashtag well bet.
All right.
No, dude, they're so my very first experience with a whale bet was when I bet on Man City last year at your house.
Yes.
Like we got into the network where I was holding that bottle of tequila and I had the Pulisic jersey on. Like all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I understand it a little bit better now. And I'm, I feel like I get it a little bit better now. So that's all I'm saying.
All right. So, I got 3 plays on that final. Do you got to play it in?
I was just gonna play Liverpool to win in regulation.
All right. So I'm going directly against you guys. I'm taking Real Madrid money line in regulation plus 245. I'm taking
You can't take them regulation without winning the cup. Like you have to take that has to be double chains for us both to hit.
I am I don't know. I just don't.
No, what you're saying is that they're going to win in regulation. That means they lift the cup instantly in regulation. They beat them straight up, just fucking beat them. That's what you're saying right now.
I think they will beat them. Yes.
Let's go.
No, I'm saying Real will win.
I'm 2-0 in the last 2 episodes.
I just I don't know. There's just something about it. I talked about it a little bit before, where they're gonna be streaking down the left, where Trent is absent, and I just think they'll win. So taking that one, I'm taking Real Madrid to lift the cup plus 145. And I'm also gonna go with Karim Benzema to score at any moment at plus 120. totally against the grain. You guys got any other picks?
Yeah, actually, I am looking at the English Championship for the race to be the final team promoted, and I am taking Nottingham Forest at plus 115 to win this match in regulation. Like, I think Forest has just been surging throughout the past 2 months. I think they're in really fine form, and I think that they're going to win this match and secure.
Let's go. Let's go fighting Evan Horvath. Let's go Nottingham, baby. Let's fucking go Nottingham.
Yes. Backup goalkeeper. Yay. What's a one dude's name? What was his name? The keeper for Nottingham? The starter? What's his name? Corey, we watched that game. Do you remember? I can't remember.
No, all I think is Evan Horvath.
He didn't play. Yeah.
Bryce Samba?
Samba, yeah. He was like unstoppable in the penalty shootout. His eyes were bugged out, like out of his head, man. And then he stopped 2 or 3 penalty takes. I love that pick, Dan. Love it. I think Nottingham Forest.
Dude, I think Nottingham is in the EPL next year.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
For real. I like him. Love him. Love the pick.
Love it. I will play it as well.
Yep, I'm telling. Dude, I played that play. What was it? 4 or 5 days ago, and it hit. I'll play it again. Don't fucking tempt me with a good time.
But I do have a couple other plays to put in here if you guys don't have anything else.
I have one more, but go ahead.
My only play is that fucking Champions League to lift the cup and both teams score. I really think Liverpool wins the Champions League this year, and I really think both teams score in regulation. I really do believe that.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
All right, so my next one is going to be Poland Moneyline against Wales in the UEFA Nations League. And my rationale here is Wales, I don't really think cares that much about one Nations League match when they've got a chance to make the World Cup for the first time in like 50 years. And they're going to be focused on the match that they've got coming up against either Scotland or Ukraine either on the 4th or the 5th. So I think Wales.
What day is that?
So
what day is Scotland, Ukraine?
Scotland, Ukraine is taking place on the 1st, June 1st. So a week. So next Wednesday.
Yeah, I do believe that Wales is going to be focused on. Well, how many days after that? So
I think it's a 3-day turnaround. I think it's Saturday that they're playing the winner of Scotland, Ukraine.
Yeah, I do agree. I think they'll be focused on that.
Yeah. So Poland money line is minus 130. I might go a little bit more aggressive than play Poland to win to nil at plus 165. But yeah, I don't think Wales is going to put its heart into this match at all.
I think the smart play is to play Poland money line, and I think you wait until the starting lineups are revealed. And as long as Gareth Bale and Ramsey are not in the starting lineup, then you play the win to nil.
I agree.
There we go.
Yeah. I got one MLS play for this week. I'm going to take the Sporting KC money line, and I'm going to add it to the LAFC money line. Those are combined together at plus 154. San Jose is better than what we thought at the starting of the season. We were kind of saying they were going to be like the next FC Cincinnati, but on the road they are 0 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. And LAFC is just a very, very, very good team. And then Sporting Kansas City has dominated Vancouver, at least at home in the Western Conference. So Sporting KC money line plus LAFC money line plus 154.
Okay. My next play is also going to be an MLS, and I'm going to take my Sounders money line against Charlotte, minus 165, because I just don't see any way that Charlotte is going to make this turnaround after playing in the U.S. Open Cup on Wednesday, having to cross the country, play against a rested Seattle, who is now finally free of all these other obligations and should finally be able to focus on playing in MLS. Like, I think Charlotte's going to get smacked.
Yeah. I think you're right. Even like a minus 1.5, like money or spread might be kind
of.
Yeah.
I think what I might do to get rid of the juice is take the Sounders and over 2.5 goals at plus 145, because I just don't see any way that Charlotte is going to stay with Rui Diaz for 90 minutes.
Right. Yeah. I love that pick. All right. Do you got more or?
So I've got one that I don't really have the odds on yet because they haven't put out the win to nil plays, but I am going to play them both on a parlay to win to nil, and that's Georgia win to nil and Estonia to win to nil, because they're facing a pair of minnows, and Georgia's facing Gibraltar at home and Estonia's facing San Marino at home. So I'm pretty sure that neither side is going to give up a goal. Georgia is actually not a bad team for their level, and I think they'll cruise. If I can get either one on a -1 situation, I might throw that in. But yeah, I'll just taking them both on the money line only comes out to -500 because these are just such big mismatches. So once the win to nil plays come on the board, I'll throw those in to actually make it a decent play.
Sounds good.
So, you got anything else?
Nope.
That was it.
All right, and then my last one is going to be Kosovo money line. Like, I'm just not sold at all on Cyprus, and I think Kosovo is actually a fairly talented side. Like, Cyprus, they managed to get a draw at home against Malta in World Cup qualifying, but other than that, it was just one defeat after another. Like, their World Cup qualifying campaign was a scoreless draw with Slovakia, lost to Croatia. They managed to upset Slovenia at home, and then after that, it was loss after loss after loss, and only one of those matches did they even score. So let's see, that was a string of eight defeats and one draw, and 7 of those defeats were scoreless. So I think Kosovo to win to nil at plus 230 offers a ton of value.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Another one I'll go with, like, there's a lot of juice on it, and I don't know if we'll record before it happens, but Costa Rica versus New Zealand, I believe it's going to be played in Qatar, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's at -165 right now. I mean, that's a lot of juice, but I really think Costa Rica will be the team to advance in that match.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I'm sorry, but fuck Oceania. Like, dude, Costa Rica, they still have Keylor Navas, they still have Joel Campbell. Like, they're gonna fuck them up.
Yeah.
You can get it at -150 on Unibet. That's the best I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not terrible. You can make a
No, not at all.
$15 bet and win $10. So yeah, I think I like that match.
Yeah.
For Costa Rica, absolutely.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. All right. So unless you guys got any other thoughts, I mean, I think that's gonna wrap it up for the show.
I'm gonna say this: our elected officials are a bunch of pussies.
Yep.
I can't really say anything in opposition to that.
Oh, dude, that's a super misogynistic thing to say. A bunch of pussies. Like in today's culture, to call
yeah.
somebody a pussy, you're calling them a woman. You know, like there is like gender and societal, and like there's a whole bunch of different things that go into that statement that our politicians are a bunch of fucking pussies. And the fact that you two agree with me, most people agree. Like most people agree. Most people agree.
I'd prefer like you said, wusses or wimps or whatever.
Yeah, or like spineless.
Yeah, because I
something
mean,
like that.
Women are badasses.
Oh
Absolutely.
no, women are what make the world go round, bro.
Damn straight.
Whole 100%. Trust me. I have a mother of 3.
Dude.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
These politicians are a bunch of fucking pussies.
Yeah, these politicians are spineless.
I'll go with wimps.
They're wimps.
That's fine. That's fine. You cannot say it. I know Thomas will agree with me.
No, I'm not on board with that phrase.
I don't care. I know I'm right.
Our politicians suck.
It sucks.
They're fucking pathetic.
That we can agree with. That
Yes.
we can go. Pathetic is fine.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what you're going to get with on this podcast. Mostly soccer, but we also got hot springs and political commentary.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, old Big 8 North.
Yeah, that usually comes during football season.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
I do. I love this. I think we're the perfect 3 to get together and just talk sports. Let's just talk sports.
Yep.
Yeah. Love
All right.
sports. Hate
I
politics.
love you guys. Hey, I love you guys.
Oh wow! Did that hit the bar?
What?
I'm pretty sure that Omaha's just. Or wait a minute, I'm way behind. Oh, that was a 78th minute replay. My feed was slow on the Omaha Minnesota match. I saw a shot hit the bar. They're in stoppage time now.
Right now, what I got is we're 4 minutes into 5 minutes of injury time.
Yep.
All right. Hey, well, the main point here is that I love you guys.
We love you too. Let's just keep it going for 40 more seconds because we're about to see Omaha beat Minnesota.
Yeah.
I think Kansas City tied up their match. Yeah, 69th minute. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. 15 seconds to go. Yeah, Minnesota dribbling it around in the back. Here's my play-by-play. Minnesota going forward.
On the wing.
Guy fell down.
It's in the box.
In the box.
Goal kick.
Overshot. Game over.
Yeah, that's it.
Game over. Omaha will fucking
Omaha's
advance. Yes.
Wow.
Quarterfinal. USL League One.
That's incredible.
Yep. And I really do hope Sporting KC can complete the comeback. They're 1-1 right now.
God.
Yeah.
That'd be such a moment if especially if Sporting have to travel up I-29 to face Omaha.
That'd be so wild. How do they decide that? You know?
Random draw.
Random draw.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Omaha's got a 50% shot of actually hosting this thing.
That'd be great. All right. Is Corey still here?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Omaha won, going to the quarterfinals of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.
Omaha.
I hope you win it. I really do.
Omaha. Yeah. All right.
All right. See you guys not next week. Potentially not the week after. We'll see you guys in the next few weeks.
Sometime in June.
Yep.
Sometime in
See
June. Actually, I will
Hmm.
say this. There is a good chance that you see us in 2 weeks from now, but I am probably going to be somewhere in Colorado.
All right, then.
All right. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining.
Go Liverpool.
Good luck.
Yeah.